Hey guys, welcome back to the Barn channel, and today we have another Build Barn build video for you. Today's build is for our angle grinder. So I lost the tool that allows you to tighten and loosen this front piece here, and the little flat spanner that allows you to hold it in place back here. I don't know how or where, but last time I was using the angle grinder, I put them down or stored them somewhere, and they have vanished. We've looked everywhere, we cannot find them, so we've got to make some new ones because we have another project on the go, which is just over there, but you can't see it, that requires this for our next bit. We can't get that done until we get this done. So we are going to try and find some metal around the shop that we can use to see if we can make some new tools, I guess. So let's see what we can do. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is take this apart if we can, so we can take some measurements of the main bit, and then hopefully we can try and translate that onto a bit of metal that we can find in the shop. So let's see what we can do. Wasn't too tight actually, which is lucky. I was hoping, yeah, there we go, because we got a little spanner around the back here. I was hoping I wasn't going to need that to get it off, because I think it was only done up by hand previously. Okay, so we got, where are we? Here, this little piece here has two flat edges. I believe they are 17mm. I will check in a second. So we've got to make a flat spanner for that, and then a little tool with two pins out of it that allow us to stick into these holes here. So let's see what we have measurement wise, shall we? What have we got? 16.9, yeah, so 17mm flat spanner for that. And then what do we need in here? It's going to be tricky. What have we got roughly? 30, 32? Okay, yeah, 32. So we've got 32 PCD on here, 17mm there. So let's see what metal we can find in the shop to see if we can make some tools, shall we? Okay, well, oh my god, right. Okay, welcome to the very messy metalworking room we have here. So I have managed to find this little piece here of 3mm steel, I think. That should be enough. I think the tool before was about 3mm thick. So it's not bad on size, so we'll try and mark out what we want on that. And then I've also found this, which we'll try not to use if possible, because obviously we can't cut it very easily because we haven't got an angle grinder. But that might be able to get the second spanner out of if we can't find anything smaller. So actually, what have we got over here? It's all too thin, 0.5mm sort of stuff. So yeah, we're gonna have to do our best to cut that out with don't know actually, a jigsaw maybe, or I don't know. We'll see what we got. Okay, so it turns out this little piece is almost perfect size. I found a picture of a tool online and I've blown it up and traced it out onto this bit of metal. I've put the dots roughly 32mm apart. I will check that properly and make sure they're bang center when I come to it, but for now that's the basic shape we want. Unfortunately we're a little bit shy there, so we'll have to code that in there, but nonetheless that's not bad. So we are going to cut that out. Not sure quite how yet. Want to avoid using a jigsaw because jigsaw on sheet metal is just awful. Can't grind it out, obviously you haven't got the grinder, so I think might just be a case of the old-fashioned hacksaw, get the rough shape, and then we'll file it down. Oh, right, let's get going. to love you, love you.
If I may, I'd like to love you.
Okay. So I've got the basic shape now cut out. I'm going to hit it with a file and try and smooth out some of these edges, and that inside there drilled the hole a little bit wonky, so we'll have to take out a bit more there than I thought I would. But overall, not too bad, hasn't taken too long. So let's find some files. Oh, that should probably do it.
I'd like to love you. I'd like to love you night and day, if I may. I'd like to.
Okay, so now we have our shape all cut out and edged round with the files. It's time to cut these two holes up here. So I've found this bit of 4mm rod, so that'll do those two holes. So we'll pop that in, and it's a little bit thinner than the hole in here, so it gives a little bit of leeway as well, because let's have a look, got one over here. Different angle grinders use different ones, so either making it distinctly for this one, but the holes do match up in some cases, so it will give us some leeway to fit slightly other angle grinders as well, which will always be useful. So next thing is to pop this in the vise and to drill those holes. So I've measured out the hole distance as 32mm, but I also realised that I can use this as a jig to hold my drill bit straight. So hopefully if I put that in there like that, and then when I attach this drill bit into a drill, that should allow the drill to go through, keeping it steady so I know they're in the right place.
I'd like to.
Hopefully that's not too hot. I think we're alright.
I'd like to love you. I'd like to love you.
Let's try that.
I'd like to. I'd like to love you every day.
And we're good to go. Okay, so we have our two pins, and they're going to sit through this like that. They've got a slight shoulder on the back so they don't fall through. So now we're just going to try and weld the back of these on so that they can't fall out again. Let's see if I can get this to hold in place. Okay, so I've just welded on these pins, and like an idiot I forgot to press go on the camera, so I was chatting to no one for about 20 minutes. But basically we're looking okay. I went a little, oh, I don't know if you can see on that, I went a little too hot of the welder and I've blasted through a tiny bit on top of it. But it's not too bad, so I'm going to give it a quick cool down and then try and grind back some bit. Oh, I've got the nail grinder. Can I grind back? I will file back some of the damage and see how it's looking, and then I'll give it a try. Cool, so I have... Oh, focus, come on buddy. That'll do, right. So I've had a go at cleaning up some of the welds to some extent. I mean, these aren't great, but again, it's not a tool that's going to be looked at, it's a tool that's going to be used, and for that, they will be fine. But yeah, I've had a bit of a clean up around here, just got rid of some of the lumps and bumps of all the weld splatter. Once I get the grinder going, I might even be able to grind this back a bit and have it look a bit nicer, which would be great. But for now, it does indeed fit rather snugly. Got a little play, but not too much. It's just on more of the size difference than anything else. So that is the first half made. All I've got to do now is make the 17mm flat spanner. Okay, so I'm going to start making the flat spanner. It's pretty much almost identical process to the last one. The only difference is I've got to make sure that the inside is a bit more precise. The last one was just a random guess, a random size. This one has to be 17, but basically cut out, file, test. So I'm just going to time lapse for you guys instead.
I'd like to. I'd like to love you every day. I'd like to love you, love you. I'd like to love you, if I may, if I may. I'd like to love you, love you.
Right, okay, so that is today's build done. Got the main tool, which is the main problem one we need to make, which is this one. Got the pins, that works really nicely. And then we have our spanner, although this one isn't actually finished, because while trying to find a tool to make this, I found the original. So this is half done. It does actually work, but not really a point. It's a little bit too thin, so it's a bit flimsy. But this is the original, works great. So now we have the tools needed to use the angle grinder. So hopefully we can get on with our next build, which is sitting over there, and that video will be up shortly. We've haven't been posting a great deal recently because of the lockdown, and some of us have been at uni and stuff, but now we're all done with that. Hopefully we should get some videos out a bit more regularly for you guys. So we've got a small list forming of builds we want to make, little projects, things like that. So we'll try and record as many of them as we can, and we'll start posting more regularly, hopefully. So until then, thanks for building with us today. We'll see you next time.